Hell's Kitchen is a lot like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Okay, let's be honest, there have been some pretty awful episodes though throughout the years. What's going on, guys? I'm FlynnMasters, and today, we'll be looking at the worst episode from each Hell's Kitchen season. My criteria will be based on how generally disliked it is by the audience, along with just how unmemorable and how little that episode adds to the season. Be sure to subscribe and like to support the channel, and with that, let's take a look at the worst of the worst when it comes to Hell's Kitchen episodes.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
Season 1 I think is pretty clear for most people, as while of course Michael Ray makes this season so iconic, him, Ryan, Ralph, and Jessica to sabotage Elsie after she won the Final Four award was extremely icky, especially since this would work, and Hell's Kitchen's first ever fan favorite would go home essentially out of spite from the other three. While there are definitely more forgettable episodes this season, I think this is simply too much to overlook for the average HK fan.
Good morning, ladies. What are you doing here? Good morning, Elsie.
I would much rather it had been me, but it was her, so be it.
Just making them nice and warm and getting them all coated because it's going to be in the risotto.
Yeah. I'm pissed and I want to win. And, you know, the fact that she just keeps winning, it just, you know, it creates bitterness with everybody, that's all.
The next challenge, we should all make chicken soup.
Yeah, don't get me pissed off about it again, Michael.
She's on TV and I'm cooking a risotto.
You're gonna carry her tonight?
Nope.
Ralph, where's the rest of this sauce? Ralph.
Ralphie?
Ralph. I don't know why you're asking me damn questions.
Oh, come on, Elsie. Give me some feedback. It's on the same table, Elsie.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna plate it right now.
I called it out. You said yes. Hurry up.
Damn it. This place.
For season 2, I gotta go with the final 3 episode. And yeah, we all know why this is considered the worst episode of the season, as Virginia would somehow, someway get to the final 2 over the much more consistent, and for that matter, much more beloved Keith. Now, it was cool to see the first true final pass run in the show's history, but I think a lot of fans are more scared than anything of this new element to the show after seeing Keith get screwed.
The person leaving Hell's Kitchen tonight is Keith.
I definitely deserve my own restaurant. The whole time I've been here, I did nothing but kill it. He doesn't like my personality, so him, because I've cooked better than all those bitches.
Season 3 is a pretty easy one, as despite this season being generally favorable, it did not get off to a good start, and that was pretty much all due to the insane bitchiness on the red team, literally causing poor Julia to cry. It would end off on a good note, as one of those bitches and Tiffany would go home, but nonetheless, in a generally good season, this premiere stands out as its worst.
What is this for?
Risotto.
Girl goes in last, y'all.
Hey, all right. I hear you. She's there, like, doing this in my face, and I'm like,
Why are we arguing?
Do you want me to do those? No. No, but I'll tell you when I'm over there. Okay, I'll tell you when. Why are you pushing me?
She couldn't see it like I was trying to help her.
Why are you crying? What in the...
Listen, I have been cooking the same for the last
She's the only one that's produced a good item, Melissa.
You want to do it? How many of us
no, I don't want to do it now.
Ladies, can we stop arguing?
Ladies, I've never seen girls bitch so much.
The next stretch of seasons are going to be extremely tough, as of course, this is the golden age of the show where there are very few bad episodes. For season 4, I gotta go with the final 7 episode, as unfortunately, this was Jen arguably at her worst, as she in some ways cost the blue team the challenge by trying to take over, and this led to her being bitchy throughout the punishment, and when the team made their menu. Not only that, but she would have an awful service, and while one could argue Lou Ross's was just a bit worse, overall, he had been way better than Jen, with Petros of all people in some ways sealing his fate. Heck, even in the Red Kitchen, Matt continued to be an embarrassment, and the fact that he would earn a black jacket after this service is still pathetic. So yeah, between Jen being Jen, Matt being Matt, and Lou Ross going home and not even getting a proper send-off for that matter, this is the worst episode of an otherwise great season.
You don't want to do a potato puree and then we'll just do twice as much and we'll do it.
Come on now.
Say let's go with some type of infused rice.
Wrong. I'm telling you, it's not that much color.
Glazed carrots?
Boring. I got a good fish idea.
Jen gives me a headache. She won't listen and her ideas suck.
Are you happy with the menu, yes or no?
Not really, chef.
Lou Ross, little punk ass. Lou Ross is a straight, he a punk. The salad was my idea. The halibut is an idea that I got as well.
So you had 60–70% of the sale of the menu then?
Oh, no, it's not 70%.
Well, I need that pineapple dessert.
As soon as it comes.
Okay, honey.
I don't know who the hell Bobby think he is, but I'm not his honey, I'm not his baby. Please don't demean me by calling me sweetie, honey, baby. My name is Jen.
Petrosa.
Yes, chef.
Who should I send home?
You should send Lou Ross home.
I completely agree with that. Lou Ross, take off your jacket and leave Hell's Kitchen.
For season 5, I guess I'll go with the final 3 episodes for a couple reasons. For one, I generally think literally every episode this season was good to great, where this episode was kind of a drag to me, because come on, while Andrea gave it her damnedest at the final pass run to the point where she wasn't even afraid of sous chef Scott, I think Danny and Paula could have literally slept at the pass and still been in the final 2. That really is the only bad part about season 5 in my eyes, is just how obvious the final 2 is, with Ben and Andrea simply being in the battle of who could finish in 3rd place, and once it was indeed Andrea who won the battle, there was really nothing else to look forward to except the finale. But unfortunately, we had to go through this episode first.
That's too much salt.
Oh, too much? I'm sorry.
Come on, refire it. Get it right. Dory sauce needs to be seasoned.
You don't know what the you're talking about.
Scott, I want 3 new eggs. These look like hell.
Go yourself, you stupid.
Woo. Scott, these are raw in the middle.
Are you sure?
Come on, make that dory happen fast. The rest of the table's gone.
I'm gonna start losing my mind.
The person leaving Hell's Kitchen this evening, Andrea. Take your jacket off, my dear lady, and leave Hell's Kitchen.
I legitimately thought about skipping season 6, but I guess I'll once again choose the final 3 pass service, as of course Kevin and Dave were always going to be the final 2. I mean, let me know in the comments what you would choose for season 6, cause man, I struggle to think of even a remotely weak episode this season.
Sous Chef Heather substitutes parsnip puree for mashed potatoes.
Happy with everything, yes?
Yes, chef. Okay, here we go.
And stop. What did that taste of? Come on.
Needs more cream, chef.
No, that is parsnip puree. Come on.
You have to taste everything. It's so important.
The second person advancing to the final is Kevin. Congratulations.
Thank you, chef. Thank you very much.
Keep your jacket as a simple reminder of everything you've accomplished inside Hell's Kitchen.
Thank you, chef.
While I don't think there's many true highlight episodes from season 7, other than of course Nilko's meltdown and arguably the premiere, I don't think there's any true standout bad episodes either. So I guess I really have no choice but to choose episode 13, as this was such a pointless episode, as the final 4 had a strong service, where Ramsay would eliminate nobody, and thus it just seemed like a pointless way to extend the season. Now you could argue that the plan was to eliminate someone, but since they did so well, Ramsay thought better of it, but I truly think even had the chefs performed badly here, nobody would have gone home, as Ramsay had all their loved ones ready to surprise them. So yeah, I get you gotta fit the schedule, and the final 4 pass is way better than the final 3, but I just think there could have been a better way to go about it as opposed to prolonging the season.
My decision is Autumn. Get yourself back in line. Benjamin. It's gonna be really hard for me to say this to you. Take yourself back in line.
Thank you, chef.
Time to say goodnight.
Good to see you guys.
We'll see you soon, honey. So proud.
For season 8, I think I'll go with episode 5, as the problem with this episode is that Russell and Sabrina, far and away the most hated chefs this season, were highlighted and got praise from Gordon Ramsay during service, winning the best of the best and best of the worst respectively. And even though the elimination was pretty funny with Ramsay having no one to choose, seriously, how the hell did Emily go home after Melissa literally single-handedly cost the red team the service?
Hot sticker.
Right here, chef. Come on, Sabrina. That's good. That's good. Hot. Be careful. Thank you.
Sabrina. That's nicely cooked.
Yes. I'm on top of the world. I can't stop now.
Move your ass, guys. Let's go. Fettuccine, halibut, 5 fillets, 4 well done, 1 regular.
I'm just gonna start screaming at people. I'm gonna yell what the I want.
How long on garnish for a halibut? Less than a minute. How long on a fettuccine? 1 minute. Let's go.
Finally, a voice in there, no? Russell.
Yes, chef.
That steak's cooked perfectly.
Thank you, chef.
Well done, Russell.
Thanks, chef.
Your best service yet. In fact, the best service in the blue team. Sabrina, appetizers rolled out. Not bad. And for me, tonight, you're the best of the worst. What's wrong, Nona? What's the matter?
I just don't think Sabrina was the best tonight.
Nona. Who should go home?
Emily should go home, chef.
I agree. Emily, give me your jacket.
If you've been around my channel for just a little bit, you already know my answer for season 9, as the second final 5 stars generally might be my least favorite episode in the entire series. And the thing is, everything up until the final 5 minutes is pretty fine, as you have the aftermath of Jennifer and Paul in the dorms after she admitted her feelings for him, and an all-time bad Black Jacket service. However, as I've said many times, the elimination of Jennifer is such a massive low point in the show, as not only did it just seem cartoonish that Elisa was given another chance after basically single-handedly getting the team kicked out, but it even turned the majority of the fan base on the beloved Will and Paul. I truly think this might be my least favorite episode of the entire series, much less season 9, and I don't think I'm alone on that.
Who is the weakest chef? Will.
Solely based on cooking, chef.
Pure cooking.
I think Elise is a stronger cook than Jennifer
Are
is.
you serious?
Jennifer, chef.
You
Thank you.
Kidding me.
I'm being honest.
You know what? You better hope I go home.
Jennifer. Darling, come here.
Keep your head up, Jennifer.
You. I guess you don't like me anymore.
Season 10 now, and the debate becomes on whether I should choose one of the ugly red team episodes or one of the extremely boring 2-part episodes. I think I gotta go with the latter. As well, yes, it may be unfair to pick one of these type of episodes, as I intentionally avoided the 2-part finale episodes earlier. Seriously, what in the world was HK thinking by doing these 2-parters? I mean, I know what they're going for, as they want to give more time and character building to the cast, but to be honest, I don't think many fans were dying to see more of Tiffany and Kimmy's scenes. But out of all of them, I gotta go with the first part of the final 11, which of course was the episode right before the infamous Red Team Bitch Fest. Not only was literally nothing happening this episode, but we got a taste of the nastiness that was to come the following episode, as Robin and Kimmy's rivalry began here. For the other 2-part episodes, at least you had fun moments like Joey Chestnut appearing and the infamous fashion designer judges, but this episode was just literally nothing episode of television. And say what you will about the awfulness from the Red Team and other episodes, as they say, something is better than nothing.
Start deciding, Robin or Kimmy?
Mine's whose? This is Robin's, this is mine.
We can eat this?
I start trying to talk about, my sauces, and they're talking over me.
Make your decision.
I will, Robin. Yeah, this sauce, this sauce.
I know their mind was made up before. I'm so mad because I worked my ass off on this steak.
The bad news is it's overcooked. The rub is disgusting. It's wet, and it's soggy, and it's overcooked. Congratulations, Blue Team. Men win.
I'm feeling like that we didn't get the point, and I feel Kimmy right next to me. And of course, as she was crying.
Just to confirm in my mind what went on there, Kimmy, I want to taste your dish. It is delicious. It's almost like a sort of barbecued short rib.
No, I'm just saying we just gotta respect each other's night kits.
It's just how you say it, Robin. You say it with aggression. And
Well, you know what? I don't change the way you speak, Kimmy.
Robin's got this attitude today. She feels like because I outshined her on the ribeye today.
I'm not gonna talk to anybody unless I need to.
That's kind of bitchy. I'm totally getting close to bitch slapping this girl today. Just quit talking, or it's gonna get ugly.
Blah, 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 blah.
Robin, just stop talking.
I don't have to stop talking, Kimmy.
This is gonna get ugly.
Season 11, and gotta go with another 2-part nothing episode here, with that being the final 7 immunity challenge. Again, y'all know I'm not a fan of immunity challenges in general, but what made this one even worse was that it wasn't even an elimination challenge, and the chefs weren't even competing for a black jacket like we saw in the following season. I mean, had someone who was on the edge of going home like Susan or Zach won, that could have been fun, but John winning when he was literally never going home was just super anticlimactic, and represents the problems of season 11 to a T, as it was just a pointless way to drag out this season.
The only one left to beat him is Cindy.
The winning dish belongs to John. Well done. Do you need a medic?
Yeah, no, I'm
No,
fine.
you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Extremely excited.
Well done.
I literally made an entire video about how I truly don't think there's one bad season 12 episode, just some that are weaker than others. The weakest one though has to be the breakfast episode, as it was a pretty basic service after the disastrous start to the season, and it was pretty anticlimactic to see DeMarco go home after one mistake after fighting for so long, simply because there wasn't many other mistakes that night, giving Ramsey no choice but to send him home.
I got it. Eggs coming right up behind. Two cooked for to the pan, chef.
The eggs raw.
Come on, DeMarco. You guys are all on my way.
Hey, all of you, come in. Raw egg white, and the yolk's barely off, guy. Look,
Yes,
you put
chef.
that on there. It's raw! DeMarco. I told you had one more chance. I am not going to see you there.
Yes, chef.
One more time. Game over.
I've been pretty vocal about not liking a good amount of episodes for season 13, as it seems as if there is nothing happening, but I think I'll instead go with a more controversial episode this season, with that being episode 7. And yeah, maybe I'm being biased here, but I do think most HK fans will be more offended by Ashley's elimination this season than any other episode. And that's the thing, this is one of the more entertaining services of the season, as there were mistakes throughout the entire service from damn near half the cast, but yet Ashley of all people will be the one to go home despite making only one mistake that service, and only having one bad service before that, far and away deserving to stay over the other 3 chefs staying next to her for elimination that night. Not to mention that those other 3 weren't at all likable either. While say episodes like 5 and 8 from this season are more bland, and one could even argue that Fernando's elimination is just as bad, if not worse than Ashley's, this episode just isn't it.
I didn't expect to get eliminated tonight because people have done way worse in this competition than I have. But, I mean, Chef Ramsay obviously just thought that I wasn't good enough.
Season 14 has a ton of strong episodes, but I do think there's one episode here that the audience just can't get behind, and that is episode 11. This was the Cherry Night dinner service, and mostly everyone did fine, other than Randy, and especially Josh, as not only did he fail miserably on his course, but he would then try to make up for it by taking over Michelle and T's course. I mean, not only did he single-handedly cost the red team the win, but this was theoretically his last chance to prove himself, as Ramsay gave him one more chance on the red team. But yet, Randy would be the one to go home from the winning team. Now again, Randy was not great by any means, of course, but for him to go home over Josh here was not only unfair, but made the previous episode's non-elimination seem even more pointless.
Come on, Josh. Yes, Chef.
Tuna right beside.
Tuna herd. These are all overcooked. Look at that. What the now, why is it all overcooked? How many you got?
I have some more tuna.
Overcooked tuna, Josh.
Diners on the red side are still waiting for their tuna.
Red team, blue table are eating. Like, are you kidding me? I forgot how to cook tuna. I mean, come on, it's one of the easiest things to cook, you know? Come on, girls, just stop, just stop. Hey, red team, come here, come here, come here. That is overcooked. Canned tuna has more moisture, more texture.
Yes, Chef. It was a disaster. Josh really up.
Josh. Yes, Chef. Back in line. Randy. Young man, get over here. You're not ready to be my next head chef. Yes, chef.
Season 15 is interesting, as while there are a lot of episodes this season where the behavior isn't great, I think the worst one by far is Frank's elimination episode at the final 7. Now, first things first, it did lead to his satisfying elimination, as Frank could have very easily survived over Jared. But yeah, the Frank fatigue was just too much at this point, and after losing Jackie the previous episode, it's almost as if Frank had to take his toxicity up a notch to make up for it.
I grew up in Brooklyn. I'm Italian, if you didn't know that.
So he's trying to get on Chef Aaron's good side, so Chef Aaron reports back to Chef Ramsay that, oh yeah, Frank's a great guy, he belongs here.
Actually, known across the military for being a chef.
I need a solid 3 minutes to the window.
Let's go. Me, bro. Danny calls out 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8. Okay, let me know which order. Danny's not communicating, and it sucks because her ups can make it look like it was my up.
And then Frank, instead of answering me, you laughed at me. And I was like, you know, you hold your attitude.
Why are you bringing to me? Like
I'm
you're
just
looking
saying,
for a fight. Like
no,
look
I'm
how
not looking for a
negative
fight.
you're being. You really just want to round me up. Ugh, they're snakes. It's amazing how them 3 made it as far as they did. They just suck. Now you could talk about me, because I'm walking away. Scumbags. The blue team never had any drama until the females came aboard. That's exactly why I get female Marines and I send them back wherever they came from.
You can't get much more obvious in season 16, as episode 3 is generally one of the worst episodes in the show's history, as between G and Kimberly's fight and the blue team's bullying of Jessica, leading her to essentially eliminate herself, this episode was the beginning of what made this season many HK fans' least favorite.
Nobody's talking to you. I don't know why you even look at me. Like, just stop talking to me for the rest of the season.
Jessica, shut the up. I can confess I hate Jessica. Pretty much. Yep, hate her. Nobody likes you.
That's not true.
Nobody likes you.
That's not true.
Don't come in
I
here
already admitted that.
and
I don't tell me.
What?
You
It was nice.
Yeah. Don't think I don't hear that. You spitting, bitch.
It's the truth, bitch.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
There's truly so many episodes of All Stars you can choose from, unfortunately, whether it's one of the unfair eliminations or the toxicity shown from the cast. In the end, I feel most HK fans will still never forgive the show for screwing Nick out of his rightful win with the Final 3 twist, and in general, this was the first introduction of this hated Final 3 Elimination Challenge twist. So basically, this episode gives HK fans nightmares to this day, and I think is without question the worst episode of All Stars.
This is the start of your final challenge. Oh boy. Now, tonight's top 2 finishers will become tomorrow night's finalists. Is it Benjamin or is it Nick?
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
For rookies versus veterans, I think the two clear choices here are the eliminations of the fan favorites of Gizzy and Kane. And while Kane was definitely more unfair, I think I'll go with Gizzy's elimination, as this episode also included Scotty's bullying of Trev. So between that awfulness, Gizzy going home, and this being a pretty bland Cook for Your Life episode in general, episode 7 gets my pick.
You alright, baby girl?
Funny. Busted that up pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, after you had to deal with your little rash, and baby girl got your back.
I see how it is.
He's gonna explode because baby girl really gets under his skin.
Congratulations goes to
Scotty. Ah! My teeth is showing now. The wolf is here. Oh, yeah!
I'm not necessarily a fan of the fact that this video has basically become an unfair elimination video, but come on, while I may not agree, most HK fans consider Nikki's elimination episode the worst of season 19. And it's not just the fact that Nikki went home, but it's the fact that she went home over Amber. I mean, come on, Hell's Kitchen, the perfect narrative was right there, in that Nikki would get a black jacket over not only one of the biggest villains of the season, but the person who was most vocal about Nikki's lack of experience in the beginning. Nikki simply deserved a black jacket, and seeing Amber get one over her leaves such a sour taste in the mouth of many HK fans.
And sadly, one of you has to leave this competition. Congratulations goes to Amber. Well done. That's for you, but more importantly, congratulations, young lady.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
Young Guns doesn't have too many controversial or flat out bad episodes, just a lot of meh ones, and I think the most meh out of them all is episode 5. Without looking it up, can you even name who went home this episode? Not only that, but Peyton acted like a brat this episode as well. Not to mention that this episode really slowed down the momentum of the season after it got off to such a hot start. Just a bland episode of Hell's Kitchen.
Red team.
Yes, chef.
Come here a minute. Come here, you. Call out the order.
2 salmon, 2 halibut, 2 strip.
Louder.
2 salmon, 2 halibut, 2 strip.
And I get the garnish for Wellington. How does it happen?
It's my mistake,
He
chef.
does not know the menu, chef.
What? Red team, come here. All of you. Look at the salmon.
It's raw.
Tonight's performance has been embarrassing. I'm done. All of you, get out.
The process of going through certain things is different between the two kitchens.
What's my excuse then?
This is my first time on Garnished.
Don't make any excuses.
Whatever. I did not feel the support from the red team at all tonight.
Morgana, do you have anything else that you want to get off your chest right now?
The girls take it personally. I was upset, but I wasn't crying. Okay, what am I gonna say to Chef instead of bawling my eyes out and thinking that it's all over?
I don't think Battle of the Ages has a standout bad episode, just a ton of meh and forgettable episodes where not much is happening. I do think I'll go with the first Cook for Your Life challenge, as even though nobody got screwed, Ileana's elimination was so foreshadowed, and we had the deal of Tara's antics throughout it all. For me personally, elimination challenge episodes are always pretty boring, but this one was boring and annoying, a bad combo, and the worst episode of the season.
I knew the minute Mindy left, it was gonna be them against me. It's just to have Alex come at me and him use his punishment pass on me. Now you're with a 20-year-old. I feel like you guys are all against me.
My decision is Vlad. Young man, head back to the dorm.
Thank you, Chef.
That was a really good effort. The chicken was cooked beautifully. It's just so sweet. You're just not ready to become my head chef.
And lastly, we have The American Dream. I thought about choosing one of the episodes from the Jermaine to Toya boot, as that was a pretty dry stretch of the season, but I think the clear answer here is the final 8 round. Not only did Jason have the audacity to call Christina, but for him to survive over Danya after doing so was just ridiculous. Now, while it did lead to an all-time great episode to follow, this was just clear BS on the show's part, as there's no reason Danya should have gone home after what Jason did.
Christina!
Yes, chef?
Jason said you told him to put ribbons of egg white.
Ribbons of egg white? No, I said it'll be streaky.
It's like clumps of egg white.
Nah, definitely not what was shown.
Chef Christina showed us that the egg white should not be fully incorporated into the souffle.
Break the bottom and grab any egg white that might not have been fully incorporated.
My decision is Donya. Come here, young lady. You're just not ready to be my next head chef.
So there you have it, guys, the worst episode from each Hell's Kitchen season. Let me know what picks you disagree with in the comments below, as again, this was a tough video to make as there aren't many standout bad episodes of Hell's Kitchen, and also let me know what your all-time least favorite episode is. Be sure to subscribe and like to support the channel, and I'll get you more HK content just like this. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Get out of there.